Thank you so much for bearing with us. Now, for those of you who don't speak English, I will translate the entire auction into English. Yeah. Uh, I will be very brief, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to share some brief remarks with you, and then we're going to have what I think many of you have been waiting for, which is the live performance by our dear friend, Babak Amini, and then we'll do some mingling and get out of here. So if you'll just bear with me as I share a few thoughts with you and try to get this microphone back in the hold. Your Highnesses, distinguished guests, thank you for joining us for this special evening to celebrate Norooz. First, what a pleasure it's been to have Nazanin as our Master of Ceremonies this evening. Nazanin is someone who is not only an actor or actress, as many of you know, but somebody who has, for years, tirelessly stood on the side of the Iranian people, tirelessly stood on the side of Iranian refugees, tirelessly stood when many actors and people in her career, in her field, were not willing to do so. So we're extremely thankful for Nazanin being here and all of her years of work. Of course, this evening would also not be complete if I didn't thank Dr. Saeed Ganji, the president of NUFDI, for his years of tireless effort in making NUFDI into what I believe is now firmly the nation's premier Iranian-American organization. Thank you, Dr. Ganji. It's a pleasure to be amongst so many other leaders in our community from the art world. Ariana Muayyed, I think probably one of the most exciting young actors in our community. Designers like Amir Taqi and Baharan Reza. It's a real pleasure, honestly, for all of you, for us to be with all of you. We also have many non-Iranian friends, or as Ms. Toda said, voluntary Iranians who are here with us tonight, including Ms. Toda, friends from the U.S. government, Ellie, Len, Victoria, Rob, Gabriel. Thank you all for being here and supporting us this evening. We really appreciate it. Of course, it is our utmost honor to host Crown Prince Reza and Princess Yasmin here this evening. To have the pleasure and chance to celebrate Norooz with you, for whom so many millions are the very symbol of Iran, its history, its splendor, and most importantly, its future and its potential, is a true honor for all of us, and we really thank you for being here with us this evening. The Crown Prince's support of NUFDI's work is something for which we are most grateful, but something more importantly that we view as a responsibility to continue to live up to, and one that is very important to us. I would also like to offer my personal thanks to Princess Yasmin, someone who, like all of you, I have long respected, but as I've had the honor and the opportunity to collaborate with her and work with her a bit more closely, I have come to truly admire in more ways than I can say. The tireless and thankless work that these two have dedicated themselves to for the past several decades is something for which each of us in this room should be immensely grateful. When we have not had a voice, they have been it. When our refugees have found themselves in the shores of foreign lands, they have been the only place that those refugees could go to for help. But too often, that's been taken for granted. As we celebrate Norooz, this new day, let us renew a commitment to ourselves and to one another to double down on our gratitude for these efforts and to recognize that our work, our cause, is one which requires the efforts of each and every one of us and not just a select few. Tonight, as you know, is a non-political event, although that went a bit off the rails with the previous thing, which was very good, and we appreciate the money, so thank you very much. Rather, it's an opportunity to celebrate and honor our culture. This clarification of being non-political is one that we in the Iranian-American community make quite often. I remember as a college student the extent to which we would all go to avoid discussing almost any topic related to events inside Iran to avoid being political or avoid offending anyone. Instead, we focused on our beautiful arts, our ancient culture, and our estimable traditions. These, the very same ones that we're celebrating this evening, are of the utmost value. But the realization I had some years ago that inspired me to come and work with this excellent team at NUFDI was that we cannot, in good faith, appreciate our beautiful art, honor and celebrate our unparalleled culture, and relish in our rich traditions, and ignore the plight of the land from which all of this came and the struggle of the people living there. We cannot sing along at the concert of our favorite Iranian musician and ignore the fact that women in Iran are banned from singing. We cannot enjoy the excellence of Persian food and take our friends to the newest, hippest Iranian restaurant in town and turn a blind eye to the children of Iran who have no food to eat at all. We cannot extol our family values and traditions and forget the families of Iran seeking justice for their loved ones, or at least we should not. This, ladies and gentlemen, in my view, is not politics, but humanity. And this is NUFDI's vision for the future, an Iranian-American community that honors and celebrates its art, history, and heritage and traditions, not by ignoring their country of origin, but by recognizing that that culture, art, history, and tradition are inextricably intertwined with the land from which this all came from, its people, its dignity, and its destiny. His Highness has often reminded us, indeed he did this evening, that the worst thing we can do is to be indifferent. Bi tafavut naboshim. That is the charge for each of us. We are a successful community who, with hard work and determination, have made it in a new land, and now is time for us to give back and help the land that gave most of us everything. Now, many of you have long been givers and leaders in philanthropy for a variety of noble causes, but I know that some had lost hope in the Iranian cause. As we mark this new day and this new year together, there are many signs for us to have new hope, too. It is time for us to take that hope, however, and turn it into action. So the next time we tell our friends about the newest Persian restaurant, also talk about how we can help those struggling with hunger in Iran. The next time we go to our favorite Iranian concert, also tell the person we're going with about the plight of women denied the most basic rights. The next time we talk about our culture and arts, we should talk about the plight of that culture and art under this government. The next time we gather with friends and family, let us speak about the families of Iran crying out for help. With your help, by introducing as many of your friends and colleagues and family members as you can to NUFDI and the work that we're trying to do here, I'm hopeful and I'm certain that in this new year, we can make a change. We have been given that charge, and it's our time to act. Now let us make this Norooz, this new day, a new chapter in our community and a new day for the people of Iran. Thank you all very much. Now, yes. Thank you. And now for the part that you've really all been waiting for, I'm going to ask our dear friend, Nazanin Bonyadi, who was lampooned somehow into the auction portion of this evening as well, which was totally unexpected and not planned, but we appreciate her playing along, and she's been so fantastic, to introduce the special performance this evening.